has become extremely powerful when it comes to creating content and high-quality VFX, but now we're reaching an entirely new level. AI can now... It can feel emotions?
Emotion? Emotion?
Emotion?
Emotion?
Emotion?
Emotion?
I mean, it's what it says. I don't know. Welcome back to the Closet Studio. Today we are diving into the new Cinema Studio 2.0 by Higgsfield. Now, obviously, we already know that you can create high-quality realism with the IMAX-grade footage, but Higgsfield threw so much more on. We can now replicate emotional behavior in our subjects. We can maintain quality, consistency, and pacing. And my favorite part yet, we can enter into the 3D environment and put our cinematography skills to use. So I'm going to create 3 different stories using practical footage and AI, and I'm going to rank these on 3 different categories. 1, realism. 2, consistency. And 3, efficiency. I'm going to rank each one 1 out of 10. So with that being said, let's get started.
Hold that light right there, son.
Deep in the valley, where the grapes of wrath are sown, great central valley, where the weeds are overgrown, and they burn, and they burn.
Supervising.
Good, because it's doing a terrible job.
So this story, honestly, it is held deep into my blood pumper. I was referring to heart. So this story was completely mine. I didn't use AI to generate any of the concept whatsoever. I just simply used AI as a tool to create the visual for the story. If you'd like to check out the new Cinema Studio 2.0, click the link in the description, go check it out. And if you'd like to see a full breakdown of this video specifically, make sure to become a member, go check it out. We went into Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0, the Image tab. Before we can create those initial images, I wanted to create what's called an element. And this is something that I am stoked about. So what you do is you go hit this @ symbol down here, click the @ symbol, and you have all these elements. Elements are basically pre-constructed props, environments, and the best part, subjects. So what you do is when you create a new element, you are going to upload multiple images of this element, give it a name, and then give it a description. Key features, if it's a human, what is the physical and conversational characters of the human? Are they nice? Are they funny? Are they angry all the time? What is it? So what I did is I actually created my element, and then I created the clean truck and the dirty truck, because I wanted those to be specific. Whenever it was the man and his son, it was the dirty truck. It was showing that we had just started to fix it up. It's so sentimental that New River cleaned it up. When we move into creating the images where I just wanted the truck sitting in the garage, I said Clean Tacoma is in a modern garage. The truck is off, the garage lights are off, it is late afternoon. And that's all the only prompt I wrote. And I made it in 50mm focal length with f4 and the Warm Cinema Prime. So how I started generating these scenes is I wanted to create the image, and then I use that image as the 2-dimensional starting frame. Now think about in regular film, your 2-dimensional frame is compiled by your framing and your composition, your colors, your lighting, everything that you can see within an image. So now when you go into creating the video, you are focusing on subject movement and emotion and camera movement, which the subject emotion in this, I mean, it wasn't like some strong emotion that was like, okay, obviously if I say bawl your eyes out, an AI will figure out how to just make it look like you're completely sobbing. It was subtle emotion that really surprised me. Small smirks with like tearful eyes. So when it comes to single shot versus multi-shot, single shot is if you need the specific frame you're going with, it needs to have a certain starting frame. So you can come down here and you can put in a starting frame, but if you only need the starting frame and the rest of the shots you haven't thought of yet, or you're just like, I need a ton of shots, kind of that idea of overshoot so that you'll have extra footage, you can do multi-shot. You can do your starting frame, add your elements. You can select your camera movement here for each shot. You have your speed ramp, your timing. There's also custom speed ramps if you need to do a specific type of movement and it's built in. One of my favorite parts about this entire system is it's pre-dedicated a style. So this style, I'm actually using Spectacle. And then I went in and I had audio on just so that I could hear some sound design of car doors closing, driving, and stuff like that. I included my start frame, and then from there, I added another shot with my first prompt being River getting into the car. My second prompt is I wanted there to be some tension because I already know my ending. I wanted there to start the tension building. So he starts the car, he looks up, and he gives a smile. Now, you could either think he's looking at the garage door that's opening, or he's looking at something that we want to know what it is. And when it comes to prompting for emotion, subtle smile. Tearful eyes, but a smile. Screaming in a chaotic manner. Give the emotion, and then give what that emotion is doing to them. Is it making them shake? Is it not really affecting them? When it comes to the ranking of this entire system, I'd say realism, I'm going to get some people disagreeing with me, but I'm giving it a 9. Realism, that was so close. The only thing to the realism that I noticed that messed up was that car door opening is supposed to say Tacoma, and it didn't. In terms of consistency, if we look at what I looked like at the very beginning and looked at what I looked like at the very end, same subject, slightly different. But if I wanted to have even more skin in the game and I wanted to craft every single image and go into the single shot and use the single shot, you'd get it pretty spot on. But I say for this one, because the beginning to the end, you see a little bit of difference, I'm gonna give it a 7, my real score. And then when it comes to efficiency, I created this whole, could be used as a commercial, like high quality commercial at that. I did it all in half a day. Efficiency is a 10. What else would it be? So with that being said, let's move on to the next one. Anger isn't a reaction for most of us. It's a signal, a response to us knowing we could get from point A to point B, but for some reason not getting there. Whether it's lack of vision or lack of direction, the first step is clarity. So the last video was visually all AI. Now this one, obviously, we combined the two. We had practical footage with AI enhancement as well as some AI-only video. But the main visual idea was stuff that I shot and then used AI to implement more VFX. So the process I took to do this was the same for every single shot that I did. Taking a screenshot from the beginning of the clip, plugging it into Higgsfield Nano Banana Pro, and then simply typing in the prompt what I want to change and what I want to keep. The big key factor here is what do you want to keep? Because a lot of times the AI engine is going to regenerate the entire image. So the best way to talk to AI, I've said it before, imagine you're talking to a genie. Assume that it's going to try to trip you up. So make sure to cover all your bases when talking to it so that it won't trip you up. Once you've generated the VFX change, now we are going to composite that onto the original video. So a big key thought here, if you just create a video without having the concept and laying out the idea first, it's going to be, more than likely, it's going to be slop, even if it's not AI, even if it's traditional. Now for the ranking for this video, for realism, a lot of it was real, so I'm gonna give it a 10. In terms of consistency, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 because the AI shots that were all AI, I mean, they were spot on. And then as for efficiency, this took me about a day and a half to film everything and generate and edit. I'll give this an 8 because it took a little bit longer, but again, we're talking a day and a half, folks. With that being said, let's get on to the last video. The unknown is scary. But walking in the unknown is even scarier. Until you realize putting faith in front of your fear unlocks the opportunity. The opportunity that you've been working for. The opportunity that you've been neglecting sleep for. The opportunity that you've been desiring. When it comes to much more than just AI creation, when it comes to creating in general, we are to create very intentionally. Somebody actually told me once that a synonym for cinematic is intentional, because you create quality work whenever every detail is very intentional. It's very similar to this book I read. It's kind of like a compilation of 66 different books. But basically, at the very beginning of this book, there's an artist, and he creates this magnificent creation, and he does so by doing it very intentionally. Every single detail has a reason, and every reason causes another detail to happen. So there is a system, there is a structure, and everything is very intentional. Everything points in one direction. If you want to know what that book is, put it in the comments, because I bet you $1 million somebody will tell you right away. It's a pretty good book. You should try it out. It's got a lot of really good creative and business tactics in it, as well as how you should live your life. Now this one, there were AI clips and then there were realistic clips to show that even traditional filmmaking as well as full-blown AI can still be combined as well. It's slightly similar to the last video, but I wanted to have less connecting pieces. Now for realism, when it comes to AI, you didn't really see my face a ton, but when it comes to the fire physics, that was pretty great. So I'm gonna give this realism a 9. In terms of consistency, obviously, there wasn't much face to see, but when it came to the environment and when it came to the clothing and the words on the bottom of the board, I'm going to give this a 9 as well, because the consistency was still there. Now, when it comes to efficiency, the traditional filmmaking of this portion was very heavily dependent on the time of day. I needed fog. I needed it to look like the environments were somewhat similar. If it was snowboarding and then I shot my environment during a sunny day, it wouldn't combine as well. So in terms of efficiency, that story, I'm giving it a 5, because you've got to time it, and that takes time. So the final results of these stories are overwhelmingly positive. No matter which one you liked more, in terms of the look and the process it took to get it, combining the two will give you the most surefire outcome every time, without losing too much of your time. And that's a wrap, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Put in the comments, how are you utilizing AI, or are you just not using it? Are you against it? Let me know. I want to know. I want to hear, give me your input. I want to hear. Oh, that was a dangerous question. I want to hear it. All right, love y'all, really do. Remember, it only takes one to try out the new Cinema Studio 2.0. It only takes one to start pairing your practical footage with AI. It only takes one to make a change, and it only takes one to change the world, and that could be you. See you next time.